Former President Donald Trump agreed with a radio host who said that Kamala Harris's husband was a, quote, crappy and horrible Jew. Wow. Now, this statement was made during a radio show on Tuesday by Sid Rosenberg, who was interviewing former President Trump. He said Doug Emhoff, Mr. President, is Jewish. Quote, he's Jewish like Bernie Sanders is Jewish, who is, by the way, Jewish. Are you kidding me? He is a crappy Jew. He's a horrible Jew. What does that even mean? What does that mean? I have no idea. Like, are you going to go around there trying to measure like the Jew? I don't understand. I don't get it. Now, as Rosenberg had spoke, Trump could be heard agreeing by saying yes twice, once after Emhoff was compared to Senator Bernie Sanders, and again after the second gentleman was referred to as a, quote, crappy Jew. Wow. I mean, look, we got to have some anti-Semitic alarms going off here, because that's anti-Semitic. What are you doing? Now, here's the thing. Why should it matter if that he's Jewish at all? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. But of course, at the right wing, they can't help themselves with anti-Semitic tropes. Okay. Now, during the segment, he said, any Jewish person that votes for Biden or a Democrat but votes for Biden, this is Trump, by the way, he said before explaining that he meant to say Harris, because Harris has stopped the ticket now, should have their head examined. If you are Jewish, regardless of Israel, if you're Jewish, if you vote for a Democrat, you're a fool, an absolute fool. What? Why? What is that even supposed to mean, by the way? Trump then also claimed that Harris, quote, doesn't like Jewish people. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. And nobody wants to say it. Where do you get the assertion that Kamala Harris doesn't like Jewish people? I mean, she is literally married to one, but still, it would seem that she likes Jewish people just fine. I've never seen anything to suggest that Kamala Harris is at all anti-Semitic. I'm just saying. Now, Trump also claimed that Senator Chuck Schumer, who is also Jewish, had become a Palestinian. As if being a Palestinian is somehow a bad thing. It's not, but apparently to Donald Trump, it is. He then criticized Harris's decision to skip Benjamin Netanyahu's meeting with Congress, whom she met afterwards. So, look, a war criminal comes to and does an address to Congress. That's already pretty terrible. A lot of people skipped it. A lot of Democrats ended up skipping it, and Kamala Harris too, as well. Now, Trump claims that in their private meetings they had afterwards, she couldn't get away from him fast enough. Quote, when she stood up with him, she wanted to get out of there so fast. You could see the disdain. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu is a literal war criminal. He's preventing a peace deal that would get the hostages back that Hamas took on October 7th. Okay, that deal has been on the table, and over and over again, Netanyahu's like, no deal. We're going to finish the job. We're going to destroy Hamas. We're going to completely obliterate them, destroy them. Okay, you're basically having your own 9/11 war on terror moment. I got news for you. Those never work. War on terror, guess what? Terror won. Just like war on drugs won. So you're not going to destroy Hamas, okay? Because look, I think there was a post that on Twitter/X that kind of laid it out, and I'm gonna butcher it, obviously. Where it's like, hey, if the IDF kills my family, to try to get to Hamas, then they've just created more Hamas. And something along those lines. That I don't have it verbatim here, but yeah, that's kind of what happens. So yeah, if you accidentally kill somebody's family hunting for Hamas or hunting for terrorists, then you end up creating more terrorists. So it's kind of the problem here that the IDF is doing. Whereas you should actually, try to delegitimize Hamas by improving the conditions within Gaza and, actually giving people in Gaza full rights and not forcing them to live in an open-air prison where you control the electricity and the water and the goods that come in and the flow of people that can come into that area. Just a thought. Just a thought. Now, anyway, oh, and one more thing about Netanyahu, by the way. He would rather bomb a Palestinian school filled with children than make a permanent ceasefire deal with Hamas. That is one of the big problems here that you have with the right-wing government of Israel. Now, back to Trump. As far as he's concerned, he's been on the record saying that Israel should just, quote, finish the job. Just go in and finish the job. Of what? Wiping out Palestinians. It's monstrous. But it is who Donald Trump is. And he's never been unclear about who he is. Now, for Harris, look, I don't know what direction she's going to go on Gaza. I don't know. She says she wants a ceasefire. Great. All right. But if she is still willing to supply them with weapons, like the Biden administration has been doing, well, then the IDF is just going to keep using them, and there will be absolutely no change. That would be a bad thing, okay? That would be terrible, and it would obviously take a lot of the enthusiasm out of supporting Kamala Harris by young people who are actually concerned about, hey, maybe we shouldn't be, arming war criminals and letting our bombs rain upon school children in Gaza, But anyway, let's get back to why what Trump was saying is pretty awful and anti-Semitic. What's a good Jew? What qualifies that? I don't know. Maybe I think Trump is promoting an anti-Semitic stereotype that all Jewish people are the same or something. Well, turns out, no, they're not a monolith at all. Just like other groups of people that get stereotyped. Black people, not a monolith. Jewish people, not a monolith. Muslims, not a monolith. Okay? Yes, I know. Look, a lot of Jewish people led anti-war protests against what's going on in Gaza. And so there's a lot of left-wing Jewish organizations that are doing fantastic work in promoting peace. So look, there's right-wing Jews, there's left-wing Jews, there's centrist, moderate, whatever. There's no such thing, though, as a good Jew or a bad Jew. All right? It's just, I don't know how you quantify that, and I'm afraid to find out. Okay? I'm afraid to ask about what Trump's qualifications are for what a good Jew would be. All right? Then again, as far as that, it really doesn't matter, because he's never going to see anybody outside of his own stereotypes, and neither are his followers. Okay, the stereotypes that he has made up, or in his own mind, or has heard from other people that he just believes in with little thought. And again, if you're trying to figure out the thought process of Donald Trump, don't. It'd be a waste of time, because usually it boils down to the most simplest stereotypical interpretation of groups of people that you can come up with. Black people lazy, that's what he thinks, okay? Chinese people, Asians must be smart, and Jewish people, oh yeah, if you're not for Israel, then you're a bad Jew. Again, it all comes down to Trump and his simple stereotypes, because they don't require a lot of thought. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.